that?
Republicans should watch out going after cat people because, honey, we claw back.
Y'all are weird. You think I would trust a man enough after everything I've been through to get me pregnant? Bitch, I kill you in your sleep. I kill you in your sleep. In fact, the minute I find out I'm pregnant, I'm gonna kill you in your sleep, and then I'm gonna go get an abortion. 2 people will be dead.
May he do everything he promised you he would. And may you fucking choke on it.
How about my Glock, your dome? Your body, my trunk. Your body in the motherfucking lake. Your body in a body bag. I will perform a late-term abortion on your ass. I will do what your mother should have done 20-some odd years ago. Don't piss me off today. Don't piss me off ever. Y'all are fucking around with a bunch of pissed off fucking women right now, and you're about to find out in the worst way possible. Keep making your little jokes. Because if y'all want to be funny, we're about to be hilarious.
I may be the only one at my school who's openly transgender and queer. But I teach language, and all the Spanish teachers, they have or know people in their friend and family circles that are undocumented or not citizens. I didn't want to work today. I wanted to pull the blankets over my head when I heard this morning and cry for 16 hours or more. And all I kept seeing was their faces. My students' little faces. And I know they're teenagers, they're not little, some of them are adults, but in my mind, their little faces. My brown and black students. My Hispanic students, my undocumented students, my students who aren't citizens, my transgender students, my queer students. I just saw their faces in my mind. How could I not be there today? It wasn't about the instruction. It wasn't about the curriculum. I did have instruction today. I did have lessons, but it was about the climate, the culture.
I also think we should go do our own January 6th. What do you guys say? Jan 6? Let's go. Let's stop this dictator. Save America.
Dominic, what do you think I expect you to do if you hear one of your little boy classmates say that to a girl in your school? What do you think I expect you to do? Stick up for them, right? How? Telling the guy, no, I want you to ball up your fist and break their shit. Do you understand me? The only person you got to worry about getting in trouble with is me. And you're going to get in way more trouble if you participate in that bullshit than if you punch somebody in the mouth for participating in that bullshit. Do you understand me? Do you understand me?
Punch your eye.
Yeah, punch him in the eye, Kevin. Exactly. Punch him right in the eye. Because it is not enough. Listen, it is not enough to just not be asshole boys, right? You have to do things about the other asshole boys. It is your job to stop those boys from being assholes. Got it? That's all. Go finish watching your cartoons.
Everything is information, everything is data. If you knew me prior to my transition and I tell you that I don't go by that name anymore and ask you to call me Dolly, and you say, no, you're always going to be to me, that is data, that is information and data that you will no longer be a part of my life by you have to go, or you don't have to go, but I'm taking myself away from you. Look, I cut people off for saying they don't like my shoes, okay? So if you're not going to actually respect who I am as a person, yeah, you gotta go.
Today my classroom became the wake at which we mourned the death of democracy, I guess. I'm an openly queer and transgender teacher in Florida. I teach mixed level high school, and all day, my entire classroom has been full of tears, panic attacks, breakdowns. Also a lot of love, a lot of support, and hugs. Typically, I don't touch my students, not even for like a high five or a handshake, because I don't feel that they should feel that I expect any sort of contact, positive or negative. But today, those who expressed that they needed or wanted it, I hugged them, put my hand on their shoulders. Several of them group hugged me. A few students just walking through the halls without even saying hi just came up and hugged me. It held me so tight. Students I'd never even, I don't know, high-fived before. I'd never even done the little dab up high school handshake. Full-on bear hugs. Students who are not even my students. Students I've never taught before in a class. And teachers. One teacher came in my room and cried because he didn't know what would happen to his wife. One other teacher was so angry she was shaking because she didn't know what would happen to her.
If you don't think you've ever experienced gender dysphoria euphoria, if you are a cis straight woman or man, let me ask you a question. My cis ladies, you know that feeling when you haven't shaved your legs and it's been all winter and you're like, my legs aren't shaved, I'm not gonna... That's gender dysphoria, because you're performing femininity, and societally, femininity doesn't look like hairy ass fucking legs, hairy ass armpits. Now for the boys, the way y'all got your beards lined up to give y'all a nice little chisel, why y'all not cutting your beards like this in a circle? Oh, because it makes your face round, or why y'all giving yourself the shape, square shape, masculinity? It makes you look more... That's performance, babes. We're all performing. What on theater?
This election, and it'll be interesting to see if McConnell can wield any of that, as he said, sort of old Reagan Republican energy in the Senate in the new year, when there's clearly such a disagreement in the Democratic Party about how to stick with NATO or support Ukraine going forward. And Dave, let's talk in this election, and it'll be interesting to see if McConnell can wield any of that, as he said, sort of old Reagan Republican energy.
So I know when a lot of trans people come out to their parents are the literal worst, to put it lightly. But does anyone else have a parent who you came out and then they're like, oh, I don't really get it. And then eventually, because, other family talks to them, they're like, okay, fine, I'll call you your new name. Just skip the pronouns altogether. But the name thing, they tried, okay? They really tried. Well, anyway, like a couple months later, like you go to school, so you don't really see them face to face, and anytime you talk, like you're talking directly to them, so they don't really say your name. And then you come home like 3 months later and they've just like reverted back to dead naming you. Like acting like fully nothing happened, like, oh, who, trans? What's that? Like literally, like how do you bring that up? I don't want to be like, hey, what happened to trying? Anyway, is that just me, my family thing, or anybody else have had that happen? And how do you go about addressing that?
We picked up the shackles of yesterday, shoulder to shoulder, gave freedom away. Our daughters will abhor us, and they'll sing in dreadful chorus. What have you done, Sister Suffragette? What have you done, Sister Suffragette?
I don't know how you can be a woman and support that man because he publicly hates women. You're just saying you have no respect for yourself, is how I'm seeing this. Yeah. So you. And now that he's going to be in office again, he can replace the person that's going to be stepping down with another pro-life asshole that doesn't care about women's health. Yeah, so basically we are living in The Handmaid's Tale. Yeah, so all of you guys that are acting like it's not his fault. It is.